What's going on, guys? Get123 here with more Grand Theft Auto 5, and I guess also technically Watch Dogs, because today we're discussing both of these games and kind of, I guess comparing them and seeing which game is really going to be the game that lasts. For a while, as Watch Dogs was about to come out, I honestly thought that it might kind of replace Grand Theft Auto 5. I thought that, it might replace it also on YouTube as well, not only in people's consoles, but kind of in general. But you know what? After spending some time playing Watch Dogs and, playing through some of the story and also the online, I think I've kind of made up my mind as far as, which game is better and which game is going to prevail in the long run. So as you watch this video, please think about your own opinion and tell me in the comments below. And also, if you disagree with anything that I have to say, definitely let me know, because I love to know what you guys think. So, I guess to jump right into it, after playing Watch Dogs and after playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5, I think just to say right off the bat, Grand Theft Auto 5 is definitely the game with more replay value. I mean, I know they're kind of hard to compare because they're very similar, but at the same time they're so different. They have two totally different plots, and, they're not meant to be the same thing. Like, it's much easier to compare Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row. But Grand Theft Auto and Watch Dogs, yeah, they're both open world, and yeah, you can both drive cars in both of them and things like that, but for the most part, they're different games. Having said all of that, I do think that Grand Theft Auto 5 is just going to be the game that really keeps people entertained much longer. Pretty much in every aspect. I mean, I feel like the story's better in GTA 5. I feel like the online is better. I feel like the multiplayer experience is better. I just feel like every single aspect of the game is better. I mean, I can't think of an area where Watch Dogs does something better than Grand Theft Auto 5. So after saying all of that, I can't help but ask the question, did Grand Theft Auto 5 embarrass Watch Dogs? I mean, I just feel like Grand Theft Auto 5 did everything so much better. Now, don't get me wrong, Watch Dogs was not by any means a bad game. It was definitely a good game, and I'd even say one of the better games of 2014 so far, and definitely the online play is awesome. Like, I love the online hacking, I love the online tailing. I think that that's actually kind of a revolutionary thing in online gaming. It's definitely a unique experience that I haven't seen in any other online games, and I think they did a wonderful job with the online. But what it comes down to, in my opinion, is the replay value. How many times are you going to want to go back to Watch Dogs, put it in your console, and, just kind of try to have fun with it? Because the free roam, in my opinion, is a bit of a fail. Free roaming in Watch Dogs simply is not fun. I don't have a good time. The driving feels slippery, and there's really nothing to do. You can't punch people, you can't really harm them, so in the end, there's really, the free roam experience kind of feels a little bit empty, so that kind of leaves missions and online play. So even then, once you start talking about missions, I've heard a lot of people say lately that Watch Dogs kind of suffered from Assassin's Creed syndrome in that it got very repetitive, and that's one of the first things that I noticed. I played through probably the first 10 or so missions, and I just felt like each one was the same as the next. It was, sneak into this area, don't get caught, maybe kill some people, steal this, activate this, hack that camera, and then leave without getting caught. And I just feel like all of that made for a pretty repetitive gameplay experience. So I'm not trying to bash Watch Dogs too much. Like I said, I definitely tried to make it obvious that there are good things about the game. I absolutely adore the online, but I can't help but feel that Grand Theft Auto 5 kind of embarrassed Watch Dogs. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5 made it very, very difficult for Watch Dogs to get a lot of notoriety, just because Grand Theft Auto 5 was one of the biggest games of all time, and it turned out pretty perfect. I mean, we all have our gripes and things about certain things in Grand Theft Auto 5, but for the most part, it was a pretty perfect game, and definitely one of the biggest games ever, so right off the bat, it was hard for Watch Dogs to get a lot of attention, just because Grand Theft Auto 5 had already achieved something so amazing that any open world game coming out shortly after is going to be kind of shadowed by Grand Theft Auto 5 and what it has achieved. So, I don't know, that's basically my thoughts on the game. I feel like Watch Dogs was definitely good, but it's not something I'm going to be going back too often, but when I do go back to it, it will be for the online hacking. So, definitely, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I think that Grand Theft Auto 5 is still a huge contender in the current games going on right now, and Watch Dogs didn't take anything away from it, especially with heists coming out soon. I think that there's still a lot of, attention going on for Grand Theft Auto 5. So with that, that about wraps it up. Please stay tuned for more videos in the future. I will see you next time.